confidence or your attractiveness. I am exposing the unspoken power games that people play with one another, and I'm going to teach you how to protect yourself. Here's what we're learning. Please note, even if you say you don't want to participate in this game, it's still worth learning how the game works so that you can protect yourself from people who are playing games with you. It doesn't matter if you're kind or respectful, because if you are someone who's perceived to be a threat in any way, they will play these games with you to overpower you. I'm going to expose this game, and I'm also going to teach you the fundamentals on how to survive these power games. In part 2 of this series, I compared this game to chess and basketball. Comparing it to the game of chess, think of it like I am teaching you how to set you up defensively on the board to protect your important pieces. Comparing it to basketball, think of it like I am giving you defensive plays. And because this is your first time learning, I am going to be teaching you very simple, fundamental plays for beginners. Let's begin. First, be observant. I had to switch spots, but anyways, in any environment that you're in, you are there to observe people. You're not there for people to get to know you. You are there to get to know them. In every environment that you're in, there's always going to be a social hierarchy. If you're not sure what that is, to put it simply, it's like, you know, when you're at school and there's cliques, that's what it is. And in the adult world, cliques still exist. This game is called the game of power. In this game, there's a ladder. At the top, those are the winners. In the middle are just the regular ones, and then the ones at the bottoms are the losers. In every environment that you're in, you're going to need to learn where to place people in this hierarchy. You may be thinking, oh, this is so wrong, like we should be treating everybody equally, which is true, but that's not the case out in the real world. In every environment that you're in, you're going to need to deduce who goes where. You need to also understand that this social hierarchy is very fluid. People are usually moving up and down that scale. So when you're new to a space, observe and figure out where everybody places, and trust they are also observing you to figure out where you place. How do they figure that out? First, they're going to be looking at how you look. So if you're someone who is pretty or socially deemed attractive, understand that you're instantly climbing that ladder. Second, they're going to be checking for your status, whether you have financial status, education, or you have a good career. And third, they're looking at who you're in network with. So if you're in connection with anybody at the top or near the top, then that gives you points to be able to climb as well. Do I still have you? Because this next part is crucial. In this game of power, people do not like to be in the bottom. So even if you're not participating in this game, if you're perceived to be a threat in their mind, watch out. Next, know who you're dealing with. Once you've figured out where everybody places, you're going to need to get to know everybody's behaviors and learn who you're dealing with. Behaviors such as who's more diplomatic, who is confrontational or aggressive, who likes to gossip, who is very secretive, stuff like that. You need to get to know each person's behavior so that you know how to deal with them. Knowing who you're dealing with ties in with the next part of judging your moves by their long-term effect. Let me give you examples to help you understand. One example is, let's say that you're new to a friend group and there's a person in that friend group that usually likes to make you the butt of the joke or is microaggressive with you. This person perceives you as a threat. There's something about you that triggered an insecurity within them and they feel powerless. So now they got to play these power moves to assert power over you. Even if you're not trying to compete, it doesn't matter. This person will not stop until they see or feel like you've been disempowered. So this person is now going to try to find weaknesses in you. They're going to try to find that button. So let's say that this person is threatened by your beauty. They're going to try to point out something in your body to make you insecure. And if they see that they've hurt you or you react in a negative way, they've won. It doesn't matter if you try to call them out because they're just going to gaslight you. They're just going to be like, oh my gosh, I was just joking. Oh my gosh, I didn't even mean it that way. But inside they feel good knowing that they've gotten to you because that gives them a one-up over you. Next example is, let's say that you're just stepping into a new environment for the very first time and these people are seeing you for the first time and you're getting like these type of looks like, you know, these people instantly see you as a threat and they are doing this to intimidate you. And if they see that it worked, then they win. I just gave you 2 examples of people with aggressive confrontational behavior. These people are actually very easy to deal with because they're very obvious with it. The more dangerous one is actually the diplomatic one, secretive, and the gossiper. Those motherfuckers know this game and they're fucking smart. We'll get to them next. Back to the person with the confrontational aggressive behavior. So back to the friend group example. If you're trying to last in this friend group, you're gonna need to make a judgment whether your next move is gonna have a long-term effect. So this person who's trying to mess with you, have they been in the friend group long? Do they seem solid with everyone else in the group? If that is the case, then do not meet their aggression with aggression. This person is relying on you to react or to call them out on what they're doing. They are making a power move, and if you resist in any way, they're gonna double down. And if they're solid with anybody else in the friend group, some of them may also jump in and help them out. So if we're thinking long term, we are gonna neutralize this person in 2 ways. First is to just surrender. Example, let's say that they're pointing out that your face is unsymmetrical. What you're gonna do is just accept it. You're gonna say something like, I know that's actually one of my biggest insecurities and I wanna work on that, but I just don't know how. That just ends the game right there. This instantly neutralizes them because they were expecting a different reaction. They'll also think that they've won, but in fact, you have taken control of the situation. Change of scenery. Anyways, you've taken control by giving them the illusion that they've won, which gives them the surge of energy that they need. So they're just going to stop and they're not going to try again until they need another hit. But this puts you in a position to save your energy for the next battle. The second way to neutralize them is to act curious and act confused. Example, like if they're saying, what are you wearing? You're just going to be curious, like, oh, which one, the sweatshirt or the sweats? Like, which one do you mean? And if they point out, oh, well, it's your sweatshirt. Now you're going to have them elaborate. Like, oh, okay, what is it about the sweatshirt? Is it the color? They'll probably say, oh, it's just trash. And keep being curious, like, oh, well, what type of sweatshirt are you into? Like, what type of style are you into? If they keep elaborating, keep on having them elaborate. But if they want to just stop it, like, it's just trash, just be like, oh, okay. And when they do it again next time, get curious again, get confused. It's going to get exhausting for them to where they will think twice before they try it again. Now back to the other example where you're new to an environment and right away you're getting like these looks and these side eyes. If you're thinking long term, you do not want to be easily intimidated just by looks alone. You're either going to act like you didn't see it, or if you did see it, you're just going to smile. This is getting so long. Wait for the next part.